Remember that I said that antids were some of the worst enemies that you could ever encounter in this game? Well, they're just around the corner. I returned back to Waterford thinking I could skip a dungeon without anything being important, and guess what I found? They're in here. So hopefully, I'll be able to defeat them. But first, there's actually some lore that it drops. The circular room contains walls which are entirely devoted to scenes of carnage. There are numerous depictions of large creatures with tentacled heads. There's often shown attaching these tentacles to victims' helpless victims' skulls. Dwarves, elves, ogres, orcs, and even gnomes are shown having their brains extracted by these strange creatures. Sound a lot like mind flayers. Humans are depicted in only one scene. It's possible that the scenes are chronological pictographs representing this race's history. Humans are a young race, and they do not appear until the last scene. Here, humans are shown engaged in battle with the strange creatures. The humans are fighting the creatures using highly developed mental capabilities, and they are winning. Perhaps Realms owes its existence to their human race. These numerous strange creatures were in the process of destroying all other races until humans appeared. Somehow humans were able to develop their psychic abilities to defeat them on their level. Many ancient songs and stories have proclaimed that the gods created the human race to ensure the survival of the elder races. After the devastating threat to the elder races had been eliminated, the gods supposedly lost interest in humankind. The race had fulfilled its original purpose and was physically weak and unintelligent. They agreed that it would probably die out. However, one goddess did take pity on the puny race. She granted humans the power to learn and the ability to work together. While preoccupied over these ancient myths, you utterly fail to notice the arrival of several strange tentacled beings. Before we can even attack, we already have one death and one unconscious. And by the way, that blue status condition is one of the worst status conditions you can get. It might be the case that I return to here later, because they are wiping us out. Yeah, they're... Oh God, 96 points each. Yeah, that's really rough. There's no way. So let's just keep exploring this guy. So this is the Dogger place. They're considerably far, far easier to deal with. I say that as I missed 3 times. Now, the blue status condition is saying you are helpless or paralyzed, and in that instance, if you are attacked, if a successful attack gets to you, it immediately knocks you out. Yeah, it immediately connects and knocks you out. You can, however, as a defensive maneuver, swap positions with the person who is paralyzed. But yeah, you can't do anything. It is really, really bad. I'm honestly torn between which of the two are the worst, being charmed or being paralyzed in this game. God, Vidalion, stop throwing yourself against these guys. My God, you had plenty of mana on you. What in the world? I did some exploring a little bit here. But I didn't complete the main questline that's in here. I am saving every step here. And I believe... Yep. As soon as you step into the hidden passage, you are assaulted by a mental attack. It is a psychic barrier used to prevent weak-minded Dogger from entering the area of this fortress. Your magical energy drains from your body. You enter a large room filled with several unfamiliar objects. Curious, you begin to experiment with several of the devices, attempting to figure out what they're used for. Suddenly, your 4 creatures converge upon your party from opposite directions. Oh God, do we really have to fight them? You enter a large hall. An old Dogger in long flowing robes stands alone at the far end. Her back is to the door, and she is unaware of your presence. Do you approach? With difficulty, an aged Dogger mage awkwardly turns your eye your approach. She stands hunched over and despondent. When you're close, she speaks in broken common. I expect you desire vengeance for your fallen comrades. I'll not defend myself. I am too old to be a threat to you. I look forward to being rid of my duties and ending this miserable life. She rambles listlessly and reveals that the clan chief, lord of the castle, strongly despises and fears all magic. This mage, Bregwort, once renowned for healing, has been confined here for years by the clan chieftain to perform cruel experiments on capturing humans and Neth to gain knowledge and for war purposes. Do you offer to help her kill the chieftain? Yes. I've long dreamt of the day where I could face Kragentooth and crush him. Night and day he's constantly surrounded by many warriors. With the aid of your strength, I shall finally be able to unseat him from power. Okay. Bregwort leads you to a cleverly hidden passage. This way leads you to the private chambers. Kragentooth believes that only he and his trusted bodyguards are aware of his existence. I discovered it several years ago. Bregwort steps on a false floor. The ground beneath her collapses. She plunges into a bloody death, her body ravaged by spikes. You leap the gap to face Kragentooth and his warriors. Summon some rats. Ah! I'm gonna rest for a little bit here. Fortunately, we can just camp here for several days, really. Just to get Drake's spell pool full. Okay. I did up the game speed a little bit. Yeah, it is a setting that you can do just by looking at the, or not by looking at the preferences. The only problem with upping the game speed like this is that it can get uncontrollably fast, and you can't tell what's going on some of the time, so... Alright, I'm gonna do something different here. Identify objects, okay. Oh, who had it? Ogre-hide. There we go. How much will this do? Oh, wow. Okay, I think I might have gotten it. He finally cast a spell? What in the world? God, holy crap, that was so ludicrous. We do need to heal after all that. You find Kragentooth caught. The mattress is infested by maggots, fleas, and spiders. Disgusted you pardon your search. Please cross with loathsome critters. The conditions are repulsive. You quickly determine that nothing of valuable is here. Oh, God. Oh, this... I am not a fan of this interface. What? Okay. Well, that would be great if I knew where the heck I was. God. Well, after, like, 6 consecutive Dogre battles, and also Rip Dr. Pepper. But gear did level up, so... Well, I stopped doing it. I stopped doing the Dogre thing. The dungeon... I swear... There was something going on with it resetting your position as part of, like, the confusion and maze effect, and I just could not... without... And I tried to look up material to find Kragentooth, but I just was like, no, it's not worth it. So, from here on out, I'm going to deposit some gold that I found. And then I'm going to get some prep done. And I'm going to go to the cavern that leads into the undead army. Because that's the lead up to the spider cavern. Not the spider cavern, the spider tower. Okay, so returning to the crypt. So there's another bit of information here that that I didn't touch on, because I wanted to get to it. So this large cavern appears to be used as both a laboratory and a place of ritual. Several pedestals have been built. Their appearance suggests that they've been used to strap human-sized beings in place for experiments. All are stained with dried blood and ichor. Off to one side of the cave, you see a decomposing pile of human appendages, arms, legs, heads, and all manner of organs. It would appear that someone has been experimenting on bodies. One of the pedestals still has a body strapped to it. The flesh on half of its body has decomposed so badly that it's literally falling off the bones. Okay. Standing witness to this awful carnage, the body is shown on the pedestal begins to move slowly. It makes no attempt to escape its bonds, for it would appear to be a zombie. Its creator has left it decomposed with the creatures. Do you approach? You end the misery of the poor sod who fell victim to this foul state. As you search the area, you see a bloodstained diary. Most of the pages have been torn out and nowhere to be found. One of the pages remains, and it reads... The chamber has grown too small for my army. I have to locate to a larger cavern to continue my preparation in the assault of the spider tower. In addition, I need more supplies from the king. It seems reluctant to meet with his end of the bargain. That's pretty much it for this little guy, but... I'm gonna set it to 3 so I'm not zooming. I think these are flesh fiends here. Yep, these guys are pretty bad. Just because they can paralyze you. That's what I mean. Well, guys, guess what? While I was recording this, I got a nice message from my rigger that they had my model upgrade ready for me. So, guess what? Surprise model upgrade. So, anyway, yeah, my hands are now able to be put in front, as well as, you know, more expressiveness. I can put my mouth left to the right. So, there you go. All sorts of fun stuff. Very good. All right, so let's continue our mission. I might need to turn down the sensitivity of the mouth here. You stand at the entrance to an enormous cave. Zombies mill around in great numbers. Towards the center of the cave, you see a cleric standing over a dead body chanting arcane words. Suddenly, the dead body shudders and rises. It shuffles off. He suddenly sees you and calls zombies to stand between him and you. In a very strange tone of voice, he says, "Where have you been? I'm almost out of bodies and the time for attack grows nigh. Explain who you are and ask him who he is and what he is doing. I assume that you are not here to deliver bodies. My name is Eric, High Priest of the King's What's that word? Hold on. Archdiocese. He has asked me to rid the city of that accursed spider tower in any manner I see fit. My army of undead will deal the fatal blow. The days of that foul spider cult are at an end. In fact, I was expecting one final shipment of bodies to add to my army before I commence my attack. However, if you were to join me, we would be more than strong enough to attack now. What say ye? Go with and help. Good, good. Let's be off to met out the king's justice. I have had my forces digging a tunnel into the spider tower for several weeks. Now all is ready to seal their doom. Ha! We shall arrive at their very doorstep. And here we are. You burrow up through the last few feet of earth and emerge at the very foot of the tower. You rush inside with your undead allies. You come upon 2 clerics discussing business. There's a sizable contingent of arachnids in attendance. They see you and your undead army rush in. They command their sickly army to destroy you. Arachnids and undead mix in a ghastly battle that can only resemble a freak show. Do the spiders get affected by festering wounds? Maybe. Oh, they do! It is a very nice spell for priests. It really is, because it afflicts targets with disease, which is a great status affliction. When it happens to other things, not you. When it happens to you, it's awful. Oh, nice. He also did it. I do not think that the spell stacks. There we go, and it dies from disease. Alright. Hey, and Kirk leveled up. Nice. See the king for any reward you may have coming. You are great friends of this kingdom. But there's more stuff to do here. So there's 8 sub rooms here, and they all have a lever, and they all remove one piece of this opening here each. Some of them are guarded. You want to take the top off the coffin. First, the coffin appears to be empty. Oh, shoot. The spiders begin to grow in size. You quickly attempt to smash them with your weapons, but they are just too many. Nice. That actually helps a ton. I am going to keep some of these spiders. And say goodbye to the noble mushmen that have been tagging along with us ever since Waterford. Let's see here. Okay. Just gonna let these guys duke it out. Oh, I guess we don't get them. Okay, never mind. Okay. Alright, this time around. Plane of fire. There's one thing bugs hate. It's fire. Oh, they really hated that. Okay. Actually, are these guys... They're vulnerable to chemical, but not heat? That's weird. Okay. Ah, why did you do that? Oh my god, why did they do that? Okay. Don't step into the wall of fire. Good lord. Oh, there goes Vidalion. In true testament to his utter stupidity, he dies. Sorry, but he has not... His AI was very bad. Okay. And I level up! Nice. And Drake levels up. Alright, you scrape the disgusting sight clear and find a small skeletal figure. The figure is without any ornaments save a leather belt and a wand clasp in one hand and a scroll case in the other. Okay, I don't think we got the scroll case, but this is the belt of brawn. This is the rod of transmutation, and it has never worked. Aldous. Leveled up. Okay. Scroll case for... Okay, spider god. Well, that's the end of the spider thing. Okay. So we get a nice choice of reward. I know this. I think... I want to say... What do we get for weapons? This is the real Dagger of Penetration. Longsword +2. Always good, always good. I might actually stick with this one. The Gloves of Regeneration was from a treasure encounter, and that one is cursed. And that's pretty much it. That is all of Bywater, pretty much. I mean, I did some other quests on the side of this, so... it's a pretty short little campaign. It's meant to be that way. I highly encourage you to seek out any sort of, you know, copy of Realms that you find out there. Missless thing. So, in later editions, I'm going to wait a little bit to do more campaigns in this. But yeah, thank you all for joining me on this little adventure, a trip to the past. And very much welcome to Kyoki Studios for suddenly surprising me by updating my avatar. So I am very happy. I'm a very pleased Maid today. So, anyway, goodbye, everybody.